Hey there, Kayla. Do you remember in the run-up to the U.S. election, a lot of skeptics about Trump said he would never win because he never really got above 40% in the polls? Well, they say that here about Marine Le Pen in France in the elections that are coming in April. She never seems to get much above 30% in the polls. However, after Donald Trump won, headlines like this one popped up across Europe. We just picked one from the Telegraph that said in the UK, after Donald Trump's victory, Marine Le Pen as French president seems dangerously plausible. Why dangerous? In part because she wants France to abandon the euro. She says a country's currency is key to its sovereignty.
Vous faites imposer votre politique économique.
If you don't have your own currency, you allow others to impose on your economic policies, your immigration policies, your social policies. The political austerity that is imposed today by the European Union is founded on the euro. I don't want to accept the euro, which is no longer a currency in the spirit of the European Union, but is in reality a weapon, that it sticks in our sides to force us to go where they please. The euro is a failure. It's an economic failure. It's a social failure. It's one of the reasons for which France has seen such a high rate of unemployment, for which France has become so much poorer, for which our industry has failed, for which we are confronted with an unfair international rivalry. There is no reason for us not to return to our own national currency.
Now, if she wins and if she becomes president, she says she's going to negotiate with the European Union for new terms, and depending on what she gets, then she's going to ask for a referendum here in France. The other political news is Angela Merkel of Germany announcing last night she's going to once again seek candidacy the leadership of her party. Marine Le Pen has little patience for Angela Merkel.
Non, Mme Merkel, c'est la force de l'inertie. C'est celle qui veut justement que rien ne change.
Angela Merkel is a force of inertia. She's the one who wants nothing to change and for European countries to continue to submit to the same remedies that are actually killing them. Today, Mrs. Merkel is very isolated. Those who defend her vision are very isolated with her. They have not understood that the world is changing. I think that the days of the ideology supported by Mrs. Merkel are numbered. Something incredibly important is happening in the world. I think that the 20th century ended with the fall of the Berlin Wall, and the 21st century has just been born with this series of electoral events that is turning its back on the wild globalization that has been imposed on us for decades now.
So the election in France happens in April. Remember, they generally have two-step elections here. You have to win the majority. So the first two contenders, if nobody gets a majority, the two face off a week later. This is one of the key events where a lot of analysts are wondering if Europe is going to become, quote, more Trumpian. Back to you guys.
Michelle, interestingly, it was Marine Le Pen's father who was the founder and the face of that party half a century ago. And I'm wondering if there's any frustration like there was here in the U.S. about this creation of political dynasties and the idea that politics needs to involve more people than just singular families.
So political observers here do say, listen, she likes to compare herself to Donald Trump, the Donald Trump of France. But remember, she's actually been around for a very long time. Whether she's an outsider or not is debatable at this point. But you're right. And her father did run. Her father came in, went to the runoff, and then all the establishment voters backed the other guy, right? Her father lost. The question is, if she gets to the runoff, and many people believe she will that same phenomenon happen? Will they back the establishment candidate, or in this wave of anti-establishment, maybe they go to her if she can paint herself that way?
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.